As the sun sets on Riders Republic Season 5, we wanted to take everything we know about Season 6 so far and lay out our final predictions surrounding the hoverboards, the possibility of water sports, new map features, and more. Welcome back to the Riders Report.
Before we get started today, we want to recognize our existing YouTube members. A special thank you goes out to Executive Producers Bonecrusher 2D, Coach 34, and my mom, co-producers Captain Snowbeard, and our fans and Fans Plus.
If you'd like to become a member for as low as 99 cents a month and help support our channel, you can hit join below to learn more about perks like early access to the Riders Report, emojis and badges, a members-only video per month, sneak peeks, and more.
We have two more tweets from Riders Republic. The first one posted more about the hoverboard and showed it riding on top of the water. So we'll be talking about that in the main topic because we just discussed water physics last week and this gives us a little bit more of a look. And second, they posted the weekly challenges and free-for-all playlist as usual, but they mentioned at the start if we started our new season countdown. They have, but they're still cooking up some sick challenges for us to enjoy. So all we're asking is, when are we setting our clocks to? We just need a date and then we can set our timers.
All right, first thing is first, we need to dive into this teaser video of the hoverboard. It is officially on the water. They weren't lying. And I have to say, I'm kind of happy at how it looks. I was skeptical without having water physics, but I'm kind of digging it.
Yeah, and this, I saw some comments over on Reddit, so there's not much of water physics. There is the spray, like I thought there would be. You can see a bit of water spray. The board and the legs do dip under the water without too much ripple. There's really not surface effect to the water. But I predicted that or said that in the last episode that they probably wouldn't have a huge change at first. We'll see some splashes. We'll see a little bit of wake, but you can at least ride on the water now. And it does look quite like the snow skate, but a little bit different. Not going to be too much, I would say, variation, but you get the cool colored trail on there.
Yeah, the trail was my biggest question here, is when it goes yellow, when it goes gold in the air during rotations, whatever else. If it's not on the ground, it's a gold trail. Is that just denoting that you have left the ground, or is that some type of multiplier? You know, is it like letting you know, like, hey, you're doing something right now? Or is it just physically like, hey, you're off the ground?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see just a plane jump that I'm aware of in here. So I think whenever you're doing some sort of trick or other input in the air, it definitely turns orange, which will be nice to note. But now we can kind of predict. I mean, we didn't predict yet. We've kind of guessed at what these might hint to. But what do you think will actually be in Season 6? Because they asked us to set our timers, so it should be coming soon. We just don't have an official date. But we've been getting more and more of these posts from them. We had the community update almost 4 weeks ago that told us what to expect in Season 6. So now it's time for us to make our on point and then our bold predictions, I guess.
Yeah, no, let's get after it. So we do know that the Ridge Ultimate Content Pack will be a paid add-on to the game. It will include the hoverboard plus 8 new events with brand new parks and elements. We also saw word and rumblings about the jet ski. Well, sorry, getting ahead of myself here. The snowmobile will be updated, some of the physics, and it looked lighter. It looked a little more maneuverable. It feels like a freestyle snowmobile. I think I should probably hold this for an off the walls guess, but down the road in season water sport, whatever we're going to call it, I really think that jet skis are on the horizon. I think that is my crazy prediction, that we will see jet skis now that we have the water as an accessible terrain.
Interesting. I didn't think about that when we saw the changes to the snowmobile, but maybe because we have the snow skate and the hoverboard looking pretty similar.
Yeah.
I am wondering if they started making some sort of jet ski and then decided to change the snowmobile to feel a little bit more like it, or do something like adjust some of the physics, because we haven't seen that with a lot of the funky toys, at least. We've seen it in some sports, but
right.
I don't know if anyone complained. I never saw much complaints about the snowmobile physics.
I have here and there, especially on one of our older videos. I think there was a comment, someone saying that the snowmobile is not fun and they hope that there was an update. And I think I commented last week, like, well, you're in luck. Watch the rest of the episode and you'll see that they are updating some elements of the freestyle snowmobile. Yeah, I mean, even if jet skis aren't something that's coming down the line, and that is not as off the walls as I think it is. Like on paper, it looks insane. But if you look, like you said, at the hoverboard, it looks kind of similar to the snow skate. And the water physics, the brush, the spritz that we're getting off of the board does kind of look like snow. It could also just be like, a more transparent snow effect from whatever snowboard, whatever that may be. So these may be some recyclable elements that they're just implementing on different terrain. If we don't see a jet ski, maybe the snowmobiles somewhere along the line get the ability to like full tilt, just torque it over the water. Because I've seen that as well in real life. That's a thing. Maybe they put a big boot in the middle of one of these lakes and they're just like, yeah, just take your snowmobile out there. Trust us. It'll be great. But yeah, something like that. There will be another element to the water. They're not just going to allow us to use hoverboards on the water and that's the end of that. Like there has to be something else that this leads into the summer, into the next season.
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to be something for season 6, but
no.
Watching it yet again, there is a bit of the bounce effect when he lands on the water, which would line up with kind of a jet ski hitting. So we would just need a reason or a way for the jet ski to jump. So jumps are features in the water. But there are some minor changes that would hint, I would think. Yeah.
More contained within season 6. I think we're going to see hoverboard events. I would like to see some water events, not just exploration, not just a travel, something fun to do. I do want to see some kind of hoverboard event, whatever that may be. I would love to see if gravity inversion is a thing that they're going to play with. Those are my big elements. I really think if they're leaning into the arcadey side of the game, which they are, gravity inversion and some physics, riding on walls, riding on ceilings is something that we could see coming this season as well. Maybe it's just Area 52 gets hit by nuclear whatever, the electromagnetic, something's going on, it's crazy, go do it. But I think that's gonna pop up this season.
Yeah, I think with the 8 new events it will be all or mostly hoverboard. They might sprinkle in 1 or 2 with some other sports. I would think they're mostly hoverboard, but you never know.
It's bold.
Yeah.
That is a bold assumption. Like that is a crazy take that all 8 of these ultimate content pack sports are going to be just hoverboard. I really think ultimate content is going to be across the board. I think at least one of them is going to be hoverboard. But after we get your overarching, your opinions, whether they're crazy or inline, whatever, I do want to discuss those 8 new events.
So then I think my last prediction is just with the brand new parks and elements. I think we will get some maybe smaller areas. We're not going to get, I don't think, an Area 52 with the hoverboard. Because that came with BMX and a whole brand new career mode. I think we'll probably get 3 to 5. I don't think it's going to be per event. I think we'll get races. I'm interested. So, and if I have to make a prediction, so we'll do this. I think we'll get 4 hoverboard events that are tricks events with new parks. And then I think we'll get 4 races with hoverboards. At least 1 goes over water, but I'm going to guess 2 go over water.
Do we see hoverboards in... No, that wouldn't make any sense. I was going to say mass races, but you can't do an add-on. So, I guess
we'll get a new mass race at some point with the hoverboard. Yeah. They haven't announced anything with that. I think we will get a new course at some point with the hoverboard, or at least swapping one of the old ones with the jet skis or the jet bike.
Right.
I think they'll switch one of those over to hoverboard.
Could you imagine? I know we talked about like a massive kicker on top of one of the cliffs that you throw yourself into the water. But could you imagine that as a part of the mass race where you're going, and zoom, bike goes off, you're in free fall. There's nothing you can do. You can't change sport until you land through that thing, go down, land on a landing and then transition into hoverboard across the water, taking all of that speed across. That could be a ton of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're saying 4 of these 8 new events are going to be hoverboard, or there will be at least 4 races for the hoverboard when it releases?
So my bold prediction is that all 8 events are hoverboard events. 4 of them are tricks events with the new, I'd say 4 new trick areas that they build. And then the other 4 will be race events with the hoverboard, featuring things that we couldn't do on some others. So maybe more uphills and using the water a lot more.
This hoverboard better be robust. if that rings true, we have 8 events for this thing.
If they're building a season off of it, though, I think they're going big.
Yeah, no, that's true. I'm really excited to see. This is the first like large offshoot that we've gotten. Feels like, 52 BMX was fun, snow skate was fun, but the BMX, I don't want to say it's not entirely different from a mountain bike, but it's still in the same vein.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the mechanics are kind of the same, just a different trick set, different physics. Whereas hoverboard, you can just go and do whatever you want. Like I said, like gravity doesn't even need to be an issue with the hoverboard. You can do corkscrews all day long if that's something that's going to happen. So I'm really excited to see how they merge this with the realistic sports and the arcadey sports without losing either of those voices or themes. I do want to talk about the parks and elements, 8 new events with those parks and elements. If they are not all for the hoverboard like you predicted, what sports do you think we're going to see these featured on? Because I mean, obviously we're not going to get a brand new park for every single sport or every terrain, but there may be some favorites. Or do you think it's going to be even across the board where snow gets 4 and dirt gets 4?
It'll probably be just spread across the map. And I'm not saying that the parks will be just for hoverboards. I think the events taking place will be for hoverboards.
I see. Okay.
To get you to go around. But
yes.
I do hope that we get one that's in the snow in the Grand Tetons, or even 2 events that make more use of that area. And I would love to see another snow park added to the game. And then I think we'll get some other parks added around.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. I really do think we are going to see some parks pop up down in the desert, whatever that may look like. I don't know how, I don't know why. But I feel like, that is just the last like untouched swath of this map that is left to build on. So I am really excited to see where all of these are located and what sports they're going to cater to. That might give us more insight as to what the next season pass is going to look like moving forward in this broad plan of the next couple of seasons. Once we see what these events look like, once we see what these parks and the elements look like, we might be able to get a better read of, they're getting away from road bikes. They're getting away from skis. What direction are they trying to pull this game? We're only going to be able to tell once we see the framework of these new events. But hey, you ready to set your clock?
To what?
Set it. Hey, set it. Okay? Let us know what you think is going to happen in the upcoming season of Riders Republic down in the comments below. You can also join the conversation over on our Discord page under the Riders Republic general chat.
Sure.
General chat. Let's throw it over there. This is a really cool idea for a video by Blast. By Blast. This is their Riders Republic evolution through year 1. So it is literally from the first day of the game being released to now, which is obviously past a year. But it's their progression of skills and everything else through the game with little timestamp markers as we go. It's a cool concept.
I do love seeing these videos. I've seen them in some other games, and I think I saw one or two others that Play Riders Republic post them on YouTube. It's always great to see how their tricks have evolved in their creative mind too. I mean, in the first weeks, we see him just pulling off some big tricks in cool places. And then a month in, he's starting to ride the bike sideways and do wall rides and chain a bunch of this together. And then, of course, we know what kind of videos he's putting together today. Just insane. And it's a great way to kind of memorialize what you were able to do in a game in just kind of one short video.
Yeah, we can barely go 5 episodes without bringing this up and shining the spotlight back on ourselves. But if you go back and watch like episode 1 of Steepcast, like before the pandemic started, yeah, you in seeing that progress, practice makes perfect, or practice makes pretty darn good. And the proof is in the pudding here. Please go subscribe to Buy Blast over on YouTube, link down in the description. And playing us out this week is Måneskin's Beggin'. Wow, we got the rights to play? No.
No, but you were singing it earlier. I might still sneak that in there.
Please don't.
This song is so catchy, and I'm glad I saw it in this edit. And we have Gunny Guns and Ian Hawk BMX teaming up for a Riders Republic Stone Wow.
Stone Stall. You sound like Stony McBlaze over there.
It's the end of the episode.
Begging for a feature, Ian. I'm not going to do the voice. Thank you so much to all of the content creators creating wonderful content and sharing it with us to share with our community of content creators. Did I get all of that? Thank you. We're falling apart here, but thank you for joining us for episode 68 out of our first 100 guaranteed episodes. Saw somebody in the comments last week begging us. I'm begging Nick and Mitch to go past 100 episodes of the Riders Report. We'll see. We'll see. No, it's more than likely going to happen, especially thanks to these people. These are the people who are going to keep this show on air. A special thanks goes out to our YouTube members, executive producers Bone Crusher 2D, my dad Coach 34, and your mom Mama Bell, along with our co-producers brand new in the house this week. Give it up for Captain Snowbeard. Welcome to the mess, and our fans and Fans Plus.
And if you'd like to become a member and help our channel just like they have, you can hit join down below and get the cool perks. You'll get early access to this show the day before, emojis and badges, a members only video per month, which we have Nick doing some very fun impressions coming up this month, and other stuff. There's a lot more, but if not, you can just subscribe and catch all of our great Riders Republic content, both the Riders Report and our X Games competitions.
Hey, topical question to end the show here. Mitch, who do you have winning it all for March Madness?
Gonzaga?
Did they already lose? I have no idea.
No, I'm actually, I'm third in my fourth in my bracket right now. Fourth in the pool.
All right.
All I need is Gonzaga to win.
I am just trudging along. I think I have the Longhorns set to win. So we'll see how that plays out if they haven't lost already. Thanks for joining us for episode 68. We'll see you back here, same place, same time next week for episode
Nice.
of the Riders Report. I'm Nick.
And I'm Mitch.
And we'll see you on the slopes.